Welcome to Penrith Park for our NEC big game. Today's match is between the Penrith Panthers and the Tigers of Balmain. Both teams come into this match after wins last weekend, with Penrith accounting for Manly 26-14 and Balmain a 26-6 win over North Sydney. The Panthers today to be led by New South Wales State Representative Roy Simmons. And watch for the magic of young halfback Greg Alexander, one of the most exciting players ever to wear the Penrith jumper. The Penrith team lineup is Mark Levy, Chris Houghton, David Burns, Ken Wolfe, Ben Gonzalez, Brad Izzard, Greg Alexander, and in the forwards, Connor, Zavanovic, Howe, Goodwin, Simmons and Gerard. The Panthers, coached by 1984 Coach of the Year, Tim Sheens. Meantime, Balmain is led by the Australian and New South Wales representative, Wayne Pearce. And opposing Alexander today is new Tiger halfback, Scott Gale. The Tiger team readout, Gary Jack, John Davidson, Ross Conlon, Gavin Hanrahan, Rod Petherbridge in for Russell Gartner, Paul Bevan, Scott Gale. In the forwards, Pearce, Hardwick, Brooks, Roach, Elias and Clark. And Balmain is coached by ex-representative coach Frank Stanton. The referee for today is John Gosher. The Penrith hometown crowd, well, they're buzzing with excitement, waiting to see if their boys can today account for Balmain and notch up their second straight win in the Winfield Cup Premiership. So there it is, the ball in play, with Penrith running right to left. Bevan tackle with the ball, just inside the Balmain 22 line. Hardwick. Pearce coming to the blind side. That's Petherbridge. Younger brother of Gary Petherbridge, who once played with the Penrith Panthers. 5 tackles gone for Balmain. Gale kicking, that's been charged down. And a desperate run here for Balmain. Coming up with the ball is Brad Izzard. Short ball. And the pass has been put down from Burns to Izzard. Already just that little bit of panic. How do you see this match going? Graeme Hughes on the sidelines.
Well, Ray, I fancy Balmain, but that was a poor start. Very poor defence for the kicker there from the Balmain forwards. They were headed downfield when they should have been giving him some more protection.
Bill Anderson, your forecast.
Well, it's obviously going to be a very close one. I think Balmain have the advantage with the kicking boot of Ross Conlon, but I still favour the Panthers because of their home ground advantage. Good
run by Pearce, putting Brooks further downfield. Elias out from dummy half, spinning it back inside to Roach. Over the top was Goodwin. Now to Gale. Across to Bevan. Bevan into a hole. Put down by the centre three-quarter Hanrahan. Gerard. Levy. A lot of passing, but nobody's running. Burns to play it. About 10 metres his side of halfway. Levy. Gonzalez around him. Out of the tackle, losing a shoe, turning it inside, and it's on the carpet. It's with Balmain. Played by Elias. Conlon. Pearce. Holding him back, getting it around the corner to Hanrahan, up to the 22 line. Little in and away, but he's over the sideline. And a scrum to go down about 6 metres inside the Penrith 22. This was Hanrahan on a run down the sideline. The NEC replay showing that he had put a foot on the line before taking the tackle. And here's a penalty, the first of the match, going to Penrith, a differential against Benny Elias for feet across. Levy finding the line. Alexander. Gerard. Goodwin. And already plenty of aggression in that encounter. Roach has been called out. Roach looked to go in late. with a swinging arm. Another penalty to Penrith. This was it again. Levy finding the line. So Penrith coming up with 3 penalties back to back. Alexander, Gerard. A cutout ball for Zavanovic to Connor. Shorter pass then to Howe. And he's tackled near the halfway. Simmons. Wolf. This is Houghton, Chris Houghton. Alexander, Zavanovic. He's been with Penrith for a long, long time, Lou Zavanovic. He's got bigger year by year. Misunderstanding there. Jeff Gerarda was, who wasn't meant to get it, but I still think Jeff probably should have been ready to take the ball. Here's Levy now. He'll find the line, I think. Yes, a good kick by Levy. He knows every blade of grass on this ground. A ground that has been beautifully prepared for the match today.
And that kicking game of Wayne Levy is going to be a very important part of the Penrith attack today. Levy has done it for years of first-grade football. He's offset defences with his kicking game, and he's done it again on that occasion.
Gary Jack. Near the halfway. 14 is Petherbridge. Very strong runner. Roach now as they wrap the football across to the other side of the ground. This is Clark, Paul Clark, who's been able to keep Kerry Hemsley in the twos. Bevan got around Simmons easily. Connor drove in, got the ball to Gale. Cut out pass. It's gone across now for Davidson to turn it back inside to Gale. Gale still going. Now he's held only about 10 metres away from the Penrith line. Balmain putting it on now. Conlon out to Pearce. Pearce trying to free his arms. That's the 5th tackle, so the Tigers will probably resort to the air now. And up it goes off the boot of Benny Elias. Very, very high. They fly for it. Down it comes to Roach. He hasn't got it. And referee Gocher is ordering a knock-on. He'll put down a 5-metre scrum out from the line.
And in fairness to Mark Levy, he really wasn't given much chance to take that ball.
Timeout, an injury suffered by Craig Connor. Bill called him Wayne Levy. Balmain winning the scrum. It's gone out to Jack on the blind side. Pulled down by Levy. Desperate attempt by Balmain to pick up the first try, and then a professional foul by Penrith. John Gocher will call Levy out. He might be lucky to not be sent to the bin, but he has been given a caution, Mark Levy, for this, not for the tackle. It was a great tackle by Levy, but then he wouldn't let Jack up. And so they're going to take a kick at goal. From on the 22 line, they've got one of the best goal kickers in Sydney Rugby League, anywhere in the world, in fact. This fellow is a straight shooter. A great goal kicker is Ross Conlon.
The one tremendous thing having a kicker like Conlon in your side is when you're the coach, you know that he's going to kick the ball dead for you on 90% of occasions.
Well, it's my forecast that this man will kick the Tigers into the top 5. It doesn't mean that they have to win this match today. There's Conlon's kick. It's a beautiful looking kick. The flags are in the air. And Conlon's got his eye in. And Balmain leading by 2 points to 0. Scrum just outside the 22. Won by Balmain. Bevan holding it back and then heading back towards the scrum. He was caught by one of the second rowers, Howe.
Gale. Conlon. Conlon taken by Izzard and Connor. This lock forward for Penrith gets through it. A mountain of work.
Elias, a big dummy, and then he's inside the 22, Benny. He's tackled now about 15 metres out.
Well, Connor must be playing well. He came in as a replacement last week for the injured Warren Fenton. He played so well, he's held his spot.
Pearce takes them, unloads it to Gale. Gale away it goes through Bevan to Jack. Jack cut down. Izzard the tackler. Played by Gary Jack. It's gone through Paul Bevan to Scott Gale. Gale a short ball for Hardwick. Hardwick has gone underneath them. He's built close to the ground, and I'll tell you what, it helped him in scoring this try. He's not a very tall customer, Kevin Hardwick. And you watch him duck his head here, and he gets straight underneath a would-be tackler as it came off a second pivot. There he is. He went straight between them and under them. Hardwick picks up 4 points.
Well, really, this is the result of bad defence. We can see that Hardwick goes under fairly ineffective tackles by both Gerard and Howell. They simply went too high. The fact that he is belt low to the ground made it easier for Hardwick, and he plants the ball under the post for the 4 points.
Kevin Hardwick. Try scorer for Balmain. And already the Tigers lead 6-0. The Conlon kick, no worries for him. 8 points to 0 in favour of Balmain.
Yes, Craig Connors had to leave the field. Ray's been replaced by Greg Clements in 25. The reason being blurred vision.
Well, Connor was the man who went up for a bomb earlier. And he was holding his head at the end of that passage of play. There was some time out. So he must have been playing from memory, but as Bill said, and I said it too, he was playing very, very well. Petherbridge now to play the ball. Elias. Clark. Bootlace tackle by Roy Simmons. Roach. Knocked down 6 more tackles. Pearce to Hardwick. Hardwick turning it back inside to Pearce. There's some pretty ordinary tackling out here by this Penrith team. There's plenty of willing workers, but all they want to do is go high. And it's cost them a lot of territory. It's even cost them a try. 10 tackles they've missed so far. Referee Gosha calling out a player for a touch judge report. Oh, it's Gonzalez, eh? This is an incident that took place between Gonzalez after he had tackled Petherbridge, Rod Petherbridge. Strange part about this is that the touch judge has come from the far side of the ground to make a report that happened in front of the touch judge on the other side of the ground. Fair scrum win to Penrith. It's with Izzard. Now it's Wolf. Now Burns. Oh, the ball has gone to ground again, and Balmain come up with possession. Seems to be a lethargic approach by some Penrith players here today. I'm wondering if they're still trying to get over the win and the joy that went with that win over Manly last Sunday.
Well, they certainly don't have their mind on the job. They're dropping simple ball in attack and in defence. They're letting Balmain firstly play the ball too quickly, and when they do make contact in a tackle, they're simply not hanging on. That's another example of it.
Here's Gale inside the 22. Oh, Alexander got an ankle-tapping tackle to him. It's been passed from the ground. It'll be a penalty to Penrith. Gale was tackled by Houghton. The referee has claimed that it was a legitimate tackle, one that had ended Gale's progress. The referee claiming that the player was held, Scott Gale. Penrith have found the line, and here they are taking the tap. Simmons. Not quite 19 minutes of the first half gone. Gerard. Alexander Again, it's been put down. Clements this time putting it down for Penrith. Well, that is the third simple ball that I've seen put down by the Penrith side.
We could say that they're pushing passes in their own quarter that aren't necessary, and that is the case, but the passes that are being dropped are spot on. They're simple balls.
Petherbridge losing the ball. Another scrum back on the 22 line. Penrith into the ground. Fed by Alexander, won by Penrith. Gonzalez, tackled by Petherbridge low. Gale up the top. Out to Levy, now to Alexander. Oh, well taken by Gale, and then a couple of big forwards came over the top.
He was left absolutely posted, Greg Alexander. He came around, Levy on the run around, looked for a runner. There was no one there, so he had to take the tackle on his own.
Another scrum to go down inside the Penrith 22. Clements at lock for Penrith, replacing the injured Craig Connor as Penrith win the scrum. Levy goes to the blind. Gary Jack takes the tackle. Houghton goes upfield another 10 metres. Savanovic. Houghton. Alexander, I think we'll have to press the start button shortly. Izzard. Good pass, a good one from Izzard. It was a good ball. Bevan making the tackle. Alexander finding Burns. Burns looks for an opening. Alexander's on his inside. There he is now with the ball. Alexander. He's through one. He's trying to get between them. Gale went for him fairly high. Crowd booing because they too thought it was a high tackle on their halfback, Alexander. See it again. Bang. Oh, it was high for sure. That's what the crowd was roaring about.
While all that's been happening, Balmain made a huge break on the left-hand side of the field. There's no doubt with the weight of position they're getting, they're finding a lot of holes out on the flanks.
Is Alexander's mouth bleeding? And Conlon's going to take the shot for goal.
And I don't think there'd be anyone in this ground prepared to bet against him.
Graeme, the slow motion replay shows a dead set high tackle on Alexander. How did you see it? Because you're sitting right adjacent to it.
Ray, it happened no more than 10 yards from me, and I can't believe that both the referee and touch judge, who were right on the spot, had nothing to say. No way in the world that was below the shoulders.
Here it is again on the slow motion NEC replay. So Alexander knows now that that little number 7 for Balmain is out there to prove himself as good as he is. Gale, the half for Balmain, himself was a champion schoolboy footballer. Here's a big kick for Conlon. He's 5 in from touch. It's big, it's high, it's long, it's looking good. He's got it, Conlon! Oh, what a great kick by Conlon. Balmain are leading Penrith by 10 points to 0, and that man has given them 6. Levy sending it down and bringing it out as Petherbridge. Gets those knees working high before he actually lifts off. Hardwick, the try scorer, just outside the 22. Elias. Gale. Clark. Charged down by Clements. It'll go over the dead ball line. And it'll come back to the 22 for the restart place kick. Well, Balmain came here to Penrith last year and they went home victorious. And then when Penrith went to Leichhardt,
They came away with the same feeling in 1984. This is the 22 restart now. Clark. Roach. Good ball by Roach around the corner for Conlon. Penrith coming up with the ball. Goodwin plays it. This is Houghton. He's lost it. Conlon. Pearce. Bevan. Hanrahan.
Galloping down to the 22. He heard the call from Petherbridge. It might have been a touch late.
Petherbridge is dummy half in 14. Bevan. Gale. Cut out Brooks. Conlon. Clark. And the young prop was eventually pulled down by Izzard. Roach.
Still letting them play the ball far too quickly. The Balmain dummy half's got the ball in his hands, and the Penrith defence is far from organised. They've got to slow them down and play the balls.
Conlon.
Jack! Gary Jack will score! Gary Jack has scored! Stephen wrote the script and Jack has plunged down the ball there for the 4-pointer. Graeme, that move looked very similar to something that I saw from Canterbury Bankstown a year or two back.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Ross would remember this one, Ray. That's something we've pulled off just about every game over the past few years. The ball back inside to the fullback. In the past, it used to be Stan Cutler, Brentnell or Gary Dowling, and Ross has done his homework on that one with Gary Jack.
Beautiful piece of football. And Penrith, they swallowed it.
No doubt a well-rehearsed and definitely a well-executed move. Gale threw the ball to Conlon. Conlon came around him. He switched the ball back inside the Jack. We can see the marker had come out to make the tackle, which left the big hole. He stepped around Levy, no problem, and crosses for the try.
Gary Jack, the try scorer, and Balmain are giving Penrith one heck of a hiding. Conlon, no troubles. The new scoreline, Balmain 16, Penrith yet to score.
Wayne Pearce undoubtedly will be very happy. But this very big crowd here at Penrith Park, obviously made up of more Penrith supporters than Balmain fans, they must be shell-shocked. Their team went to Brookvale and defeated Manly, and they've come back here today, and in 25 minutes, they're 16 points to 0 down.
It's a very disinterested performance by Penrith in both attack and defence.
Now it's with Izzard. Levy. Gonzalez from the left wing, working on the right of the ground. He's out of the tackle. Gonzalez, it's a try. No, he's been given in a touch. Well, there must have only been an absolute split inch in this. I thought there was a Penrith player taken out of the play in back play. But here's, well, I'm still not so sure. Clark. This is where the damage is being done. Clark and Roach are just allowed to take it up and pop the ball off almost at will. Roach to play it now, but every time they do handle, they're making 7 and 8 metres. They're getting well past the advantage line. Bevan, flick pass for Pearce, and Pearce hops his way down to the 22. Off goes Hanrahan, and Petherbridge has dropped it. Petherbridge only had to catch it. Pearce had done his work, so had Hanrahan, and Petherbridge couldn't handle it. Penrith with the ball. This is Izzard. Levy. Simmons. That's the way to take it ahead.
Goodwin. Clearing kick about to come from Penrith.
It's about the only way they were going to get the ball downfield. They were going nowhere, rucking the ball out.
It's with Scott Gale. Now to Ross Conlon. Conlon away to Petherbridge. Here comes Gary Jack on his inside. But Petherbridge is smothered up by Gonzalez. Gale, Elias, Davidson. Roach. Inside for Pearce. 5 metres out from the line. David Brooks is the dummy half. Bevan cutting out a player to Conlon to Jack. So easy. So easy for Balmain. Gary Jack picks up his second try. It was simply a case of passing and catching and then outnumbering. But this performance by Penrith is unbelievable in view of their win last weekend.
The Penrith defence has been bad all over the park. It's been missed tackles in the middle of the ruck, and they've just been outnumbered out wide, and that was another example of it. Any one of 2 players could have scored that, but Jack was the one who decided he'd run on his own and plants the ball down for the 4.
So the try scorer is Gary Jack. He picks up his second for the match. And Balmain are leading now by 20 points to 0. Conlon to take the attempt at conversion from a very wide angle. Conlon hasn't missed a goal yet. He's kicked 4 from 4. There's no smiles down there, and the scoreboard tells the story why. And this fellow may well rub some more salt into the injury. I'm not prepared to tell you he won't kick this. Here he goes. He's missed it. That's the first one he's missed for today. Scoreline, Balmain 20, Penrith nothing. Levy sending it down to Hardwick. Tackle made by Gonzalez. Petherbridge. Bevan. Pearce. Petherbridge. Gonzalez having 2 goes at stopping him. Scrum will go down only about 15 metres out from the Penrith line. Good kick by Gale. Gonzalez, well tackled by Gale. Izzard. Brad Izzard getting it away to Levy. Clements. Inside the 5 against the Tigers. So the tackle will be taken by Gonzalez. Through to Wolf, onto Alexander. Alexander trying to step his own way through.
Just prior to half-time, the tackle and missed tackle counts on both sides tells an interesting story. Penrith have missed 19 tackles, whereas Balmain have only missed 6. And the top tackler for Penrith is their 5'8" Brad Izzard with 10. So there's not a lot of work being done in the middle of the ruck.
Penalty to Balmain. That's a Shepherd. So Conlon is going to take this kick for goal. 3 metres on the Penrith side of halfway. He's midway between the centre and the sideline. It's a long kick. No breeze here at Penrith today. Oppressive conditions, really. Four out of 5 for Conlon so far. When he marks out his run, he'll be almost on the halfway. In fact, he's back in his own side of halfway as he makes his approach. All right, let's have a look at it from end on. There it goes. And he's got it! Beautiful kick by Conlon. 22 points to 0 in favour of the Tigers. Here it is again. The goal-kicking talents of Ross Conlon never ever left the line. Beautiful kick, and look how far over the crossbar it was when it went over the uprights.
And went dead on the full.
Oh, goodness gracious me, what a kick. That was a monster of a kick. This is Petherbridge taking it back. Apart from dropping that ball when he should have scored a try, Russ Gartner must be sitting in the stand saying, heavens above, get this kid off quick. So the score at halftime is Balmain 22, Penrith 0, and here's Graeme on the sideline.
Thanks, Ray. We'll even take you.
22 points to 0. I realise that Tim Sheens was voted Coach of the Year in 1984, but that doesn't make him a miracle worker. But I can assure you of one thing, Tim would be looking for some respectability out of this match.
Well, once you run the team out on the field, there's little you can do as coach, and Tim has made no changes for this second half, so it's obviously he's adopted the policy of you got yourself into this position so you can get yourself out of it, and he's kept the same 13.
Alexander's kick. From memory, that's the first time that Penrith have tried to clear from inside their own 22 where the ball hasn't been successfully charged down. There's your held for 6 count. Balmain 4 times, Penrith once.
It's noticeable that Penrith are slowing Balmain down somewhat early in the second half in the play the balls. Balmain were playing the ball far too quickly on them in the first half.
There's David Brooks getting a kick in behind the defence, but Levy's there to cover it. Gonzalez beating Bevan. Oh, and that's a dangerous pass. Wolf has gone back and cleaned it up. Houghton has left it behind him, and that's a good piece of work by Izzard to slide in and take it, but Penrith have bumbled their way around inside the 22, and oh, that's a great tackle. I don't have to tell you who from. Wayne Pearce brought off a Pearce special, and he's put 2 together now. Wayne Pearce, one of the game's fittest and toughest players. Wonderful ambassador for the game. Here he is with the ball now. Pearce! Crying out for somebody to get alongside him. Cut out ball, taken on the bounce by Conlon. Passes inside for Gale, and Gale will play the ball 9 metres out from the Penrith line with Bevan now. Balmain still with Gary Bridge to come back. Roach, hand off, Gary Jack. I thought for a moment he was in for his trifecta. Elias, Gale, cut out pass on Conlon. It's gone between the legs of Pearce, picked up by Hardwick, and he's tackled by Levy. 5 tackles gone for Balmain. Elias. High kick, Gonzalez under it. He's lost it, it's in goal and gone over the dead ball line. It'll be a line dropout. This was a very big kick by Elias, giving his followers plenty of time to get through. The Alexander drop kick is a big one. Hanrahan taking it back. Gale. Elias. I was just thinking in this match. Here's Pearce out of the tackle with brute strength onto Hardwick, and Hardwick is tackled about 5 metres out from the line. He's already scored 1 try. From Elias, it's come through to Gale and gone on to Bevan. Steps off his left. He picks up. Oh, I thought he picked up Gary Jack, but he's lost the ball. Goodwin to play it. Levy. And a penalty goes to Penrith. I was about to make the comment that out of the Commonwealth Bank Cup and formerly the Amco Shield, here in this match today we have 3 of the schoolboy champions. Benny Elias, of course, from Holy Cross College, Scott Gale from the same school, and Greg Alexander from Fairfield Patrician Brothers. Jeff Gerard. Let's go to the sideline. Graeme Hughes.
Yes, that replacement forward in the first half, Greg Clements, has torn a hamstring, Ray, and his place has been taken by Warren Fenton.
Lose the Vanovic. Midway between the 22 and halfway. There's Warren Fenton on. He'll do his job well. Brad Izzard. Levy. Wolf.
Penrith are looking to spread the ball, but they're not doing the hard work first. Before you can move the ball wide in the game of rugby league, you've got to be going forward, and that's where your front rowers and your second rowers have got to take the ball up and take it up hard, and that's not happening.
And consuming some defence at the same time. Gale. Brooks. Beautifully done. Davidson's on his way. Here comes Alexander. Beautiful tackle. Taken by Petherbridge. Levy makes the tackle. That was great rugby league. Beautiful passing. Excellent running. And then a Bobby Dazzler of a tackle from Alexander. Brooks is tackled, but Balmain get the penalty. Right in front. Have a look at this for a copybook side-on tackle. Alexander. (22-0), and almost certainly to become 24. It is 24-0. Levy to kick off. I see that Ben Gonzalez has gone into the centre of the ground to chase this. Both wingers going down after it. Tackler was Fenton. Bevan. Elias through to Gale. The cutout ball. Out wide to Gary Jack. He's lost it. The Panthers come up with it through Gonzalez. Gonzalez across the ground. Handing the ball down to David Burns. Goodwin. Gerard. Goodwin. Alexander to Izzard. Alexander with it again. Long ball. Taken on the bounce by Gonzalez. In and around. A little pass off to Burns. Burns floats it back. Alexander couldn't get it. Conlon takes it to Balmain. Jack. Good ball for Warren Fenton. Fenton scrambling in there and coming up with the football, then losing it in the play of the ball.
They're making every mistake in the book, aren't they? Not just defensive mistakes, not just errors of handling, they're also making errors in the play of the ball, and unfortunately when things start to go bad for you, everything seems to go wrong.
Clark. Roach. Brooks into a hole. Back now to Bevan, but he's called it a forward pass. He's called it a Shepherd. Here it was. Yes, he's ruled that Wayne Pearce was running as a Shepherd. Burns. Gonzalez. Fenton. Plenty of vigour in that tackle. Pearce and Roach. Zavanovic. Hardwick is injured for Balmain. At some point. The crowd, they came here, I'm pretty sure, most of them thinking that Penrith would show. It was Izzard who punctured the defence, and Howe went in to score the try.
Well, this try was a long time coming. It was a little skip out of dummy half. He picked up Izzard on the outside. He ran into a hole. There was a missed tackle. Izzard was running very strongly, lined up his support on the inside in the form of Gary Howe, and he plunges in for the first try of the match for the Panthers.
Gary Howe, try scorer. Levy's kick. Ooh. A rather shaky one, but he got it. Balmain 24, Penrith 6. Tim Sheehan's on the phone. That's Davey Bolton sitting next to him, the former great Balmain player, and now with the Penrith club. Conlon's restart. Way down to Levy. Ken Wolfe taking it back down the ground.
You can see the enthusiasm there, but from the Balmain team. From that kick-off, they were able to make the first tackle well inside the Penrith quarter. Conversely, when Penrith have been kicking off, Balmain have been running the ball out 30 to 35 metres.
Pearce coming up with the ball. Hanrahan. Gale. Bevan. Brooks. Roach. Beautiful ball. Gale unable to take it. And Levy will play it for Penrith near his own line.
Time and time again, the Balmain forward one off the ruck is able to make a break, and he's making that break because very often the Penrith player going back in defence has got his back turned. They're just setting their defence around the rucks far too slowly.
Zavanovic. Simmons. on there at the play of the ball. Bevan. Spun to the ground by Alexander. Petherbridge. A couple of metres out. Gale. Conlon. Elias. Roach has gone without it. Picked up by Hardwick. And Hardwick has dived in. Well, if he has scored, and he has, it should never have been allowed to happen. One would have thought that the try had blown apart there when Roach put it on the ground and went without it. Hardwick simply picked it up. He got out of Howell's tackle and got under a couple more.
That was just too easy for first-grade football. Penrith's defence had plenty of time to get organised from the bad pass, but Hardwick was just able to pick the ball up and cross for the try, and that's the 5th now for the Tigers.
Conlon's kick. He's missed it. And so the scoreline, Balmain 28, Penrith 6. Penalty has been given to Penrith. Zavanovic. About 6 or 7. Goodwin looking for that hole back in the middle, but it's a penalty. I think he's ruled a Shepherd. There's no doubt he's ruled an obstruction. Couldn't see that the defence was obstructed. Chance of a replacement in a moment. Graeme Hughes.
Yes, there is. Mike Marquito for Paul Clark, right? Apparently.
Marquito wearing jumper number 24. Clark playing the ball now. Roach. Elias. Hardwick. Davidson. Pierce. Bevan. Cuts out Conlon, and it was a beautiful pass, but Hanrahan has put it down. Marquito goes on in 24. And Clark leaving the field.
Replacing the Balmain team, Paul Clark is leaving the field. Been replaced by Mike Marquito, wearing number 24.
Levy. Alexander. Burns. Still going is David Burns. He's lost it in the tackle. It's a Balmain ball. And he trudged it in 19, getting ready to come on for after today. Somewhere. the ground. Conlon. By Hanrahan. More replacements, Graeme?
Yes, Brett Davidson for Paul Bevan. Right?
Elias. Hardwick. 32 metres out. Player. Brooks. Picked up by Davidson. Davidson 28 metres out. Hardwick. David Brooks. Gave it to Hardwick. Hardwick appeared to be held before he actually was in receipt of the ball. And Pearce looked at the touch judge as if to say, didn't you see that either? But it made no difference because Mike Marquito is in to score. Marquito scores recently into the game, replacing Paul Clark. The ball was fired through the hands of Elias and Gale to Marquito, hitting it up very hard. He beat Alexander and Levy. Howe picks up Alexander. The ball has been put down, though, by Penrith, and the referee will probably put a scrum in. I think Penrith have got it. Yes, they have. So it's a scrum. Graeme, you're now with the Balmain coach, Frank Stanton. He must be smiling, surely.
He certainly is, Ray. Frank, it's a great all-round performance. Yes, it's extremely pleasing to come here and get the 2 points. It's worth 4 points, and pretty happy with the way we've gone in getting the points too. It's not easy to win here, and Penrith are at the top of their form coming into the game, and to say the least, ecstatic. Yes, a few changes in the last 10 minutes or so, Frank, but no major injury worries.
It wouldn't appear to be. Obviously, the game's been played at a fairly hectic pace, and it's starting to take its toll in terms of exhaustion, you know. But this early season heat is affecting a lot of teams.